Mate, for my sins, I spend enough time studying Glasgow Rangers without doing the rest of the teams, mate.
I'm not interested in FCCs, to be honest. I'm only in. Told you before, I'm not a football fan. I'm a Glasgow Rangers supporter. I just want to see the Rangers, nobody else. And the way it is now, that's enough. That's more than enough for me.
Right, we'll see if anybody wants to join us. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I don't think you're alone in that. Do you?
What's that?
Rangers, no?
Aye, it's I'm just blinking, mate. I've no desire to look at anybody else. No, I mean, I admire the boys today, like JFK and Bob J and all that. They really get into it. No, I mean, and I admire that, but I'm not really interested in it. I like listening to them talking about it, but for me, actually do any work and research it and go and look at it myself, and not interested. If it doesn't wear blue, I'm not interested. It's a bit blinking, a bit one-sided, I know, but I've been like that since I was a boy, you know, and I'm not going to change now.
No, I don't think you are, mate, unfortunately. We've tried, we've moulded you, we've done everything with you, but you're not changing. You're not for turning, are you?
No, I'm definitely not for turning, mate. No chance.
Okay, so Tavernier, great goal-scoring record for right back in Europe, mate.
He seems to enjoy it. Seems to get a bit of space, a bit of leeway to get going forward. And his second goal, I should say, for against Dortmund was an absolute peach, mate. An absolute. Don't get me wrong, he took the penalty well as well, but the second goal was a peach. It's his concentration I was really impressed with. He was just determined to keep that ball down because it was an easy ball to balloon. You know what I mean? And I was really impressed. So he does. He scores some good goals as well. It's no any rubbish. You know what I mean?
No.
Did you say Wright was on the bench as well?
Let me just check again, mate. Yes, mate. Aye.
See, this might be a night for him to come on and do something, but I don't know. I would hope so. I mean, if I was him, I'd be bursting to go in that part and do something. You know what I mean? But he doesn't seem to be that type of player, does he?
No. Right, we've been joined by Andy Phillips. Evening, Andrew.
Yeah, good evening. What's your subject? Because I didn't catch the start of the show. It wasn't playing.
Well, we were waiting for you before we went on to, particularly you, to move on to quantum physics.
Oh, right, okay. What's that mean?
We've got a big game tonight, Andy. We're playing Red Star.
Oh, all right, aye. Well, I've in a funny kind of way, guys, I think this is a half the game and the one that we just put away there. I think there's more of a levelness about the two teams. I've got it at 50-50 myself. I'm just looking for if we can take a 2-goal lead. I think we could, give them a real game over there if we could do that. So, yeah. For me, I mean, it's great. We want to get our profile up and that, but I think these two games and anything before, if we go any further, it's a bit of an hindrance in us going for the double, in my opinion. But, we'll have to take what's in front of us, don't we? So hopefully we go out and give the troops an absolutely good performance tonight and give a bit of a lift. Get some goals. That's what we need.
I don't think it'll be as easy as some people think, Andy.
No, not at all. I'm not feeling it myself. Like, I mean, I think we'll win, but I think this could be an airy night. As I say, I think this is harder than the one that we just put away. We weren't expected to do anything there, and we left it. But these are coming. They're coming hard at us. So we've got to be on our game, haven't we?
Albert.
He's right. It's not going to be as easy as we would think. It's one of the. I don't know why we would think it would be easy, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Unless somebody's got some inside knowledge, but I've not got any inside knowledge, so I'm expecting, like Andy, I'm expecting a difficult game as per European game. You know what I mean? You always get them difficult in Europe. I mean, I can't remember the last easy European game we've had. Discounting that Gibraltar mob, but right enough, that Gibraltar mob were quite good, didn't they? I remember them beating another team. But anyway, so I'm expecting it to be difficult. I'm expecting it to be physical because for the past, that's just the way they are. They're always physical. They're always up for a fight. So if we're not up for the fight, we could have a long night tonight. So I'm expecting Lundstrom and Jack to impose themselves in this game and get control of that midfield. Whether it's defensive, whether it's attacking, it makes no difference as long as they've got control of it.
I don't think it's a night to go gun-ho, because you can't win the tie tonight, but you could certainly go close to losing it, Andy.
Yeah, I think we've got to, watch what we're doing, right? And I also think that we must go over there with at least a 2-goal lead. I think we hold ourselves right and attack at the right times in this game. I think Albers just hit it on the head there. This mob will be very physical. It'll be interesting to see if we're looking at it dead on, whether some of our players can stand up to the physicality that this mob's going to bring. So that's an interesting part of the game. You'd like to think we can. They seem if we were going into these games, you wouldn't be worried about them turning up. But it's when they go and play in Scotland, we don't turn up half the time and all that. So, I'm not worried about them not getting it their all tonight, because they seem to want to do that in Europe. But I'd like to see them do it more consistently. And these 1-0s, geez, I'm just getting over that 1-0 on Saturday there, right enough. Just score a couple of goals for us, please. Gives a little bit of pressure off the old heart, like.
I think there'll be a word in the Queen Elizabeth that was saying, God, get a couple of goals, Rangers. We don't want to be busy tonight, you know what I mean? Not good for us all.
They'll be sitting there chock-a-block with Rangers fans.
Hey, what was it? What they were saying? 8-1-0s? No, listen, I'll not survive 8-1-0s. That's not happening. Just score some goals.
All right, give us it.
Sorry, mate.
And then Andy can give us his thoughts.
McGregor, Tav, Goldson, Balogun, Bassey, Kamara, Lundstrom, Jack, Aribo, Morelos, Kent.
Substitutes: McLaughlin, McCrory, Barisic, King, Ramsey, Sands, Lowry, Ahmed, Wright, Ruth, and Fashion Jr. Andy?
No, Arfield on the bench there, isn't he?
No, he's injured.
Oh, right, okay, all right, okay. So how would you say we're lining that up? 4-4-3-3?
4-2-3-1.
Oh, I don't like this stuff. I just see just 4-3 in the middle and 3 up top for me, right? And if all right, okay, yeah.
It'll be Jack and Lundstrom sitting. In front of him will be Kamara, who'll give license to go and join in, and then he'll support when needed midfield, and then you'll have Aribo on one side, Kent on the other, and Alfie up top, mate.
Yeah. Well, that's how it will go anyway, like so.
It's vitally important that Kamara and Aribo get by Morelos, so he can feed them. No, I mean that's the way the team's set up. It's that 4-2-3-1 system. So it's vitally important that they two break the lines. If they don't break the lines, you'll get the Aberdeen carry on. They'll just sit there and mop everything up very, very easily. So, but if you get they two starting to break lines, we Morelos will find them with the ball. It's game on now. It really is. And Kent starts coming in and getting selling at the centre of the box for goals, tap-ins, and game on. But if we stand and do what we've done on Saturday, it will be one of the turgid games again.
Andy?
Yeah, I think we'll come out cautious at the beginning, right enough. But I don't want us to be too cautious. I want us to, keep digging away and letting them know that we're going to come on, we're going to impose ourselves on them at certain stages of the game. Like I say, other games that I remember that we have played against them, as Albert said there, they were kind of tough and physical. I remember them games, So I think we've got to sort of bully them in a controlled way, if you get what I mean. And if we can get that first goal and then get the second one, you never know. Are we favourites to win this game?
We are overwhelming favourites, Andy. I think.
Yes, I got terrible odds for 3-1. I only got 16. I won for that.
When I checked it in the week, we were 8-11 on, mate, and they were 5-1. Yeah.
Well, when they say it was that wide apart, the bookies are usually right.
Always remember when you're looking at that, that's UK markets where the predominant money you're on for Rangers supporters, yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe some get a bit skewed. Look, this team have scored goals. They've scored in their last 4 fixtures. They've scored before half time. In their last 3 away games, they've scored in both halves. So I don't think they're a team that will sit back. Albert?
I do think they'll sit back, mate. I think it depends how they scored the goals. If it's breakaways or it's pressure. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen them, so I'm talking through a hole in something here because. But I've got a feeling they'll sit back. I've got a feeling they're going to try and draw us up the park and then try and hit us on the break. That's just a feeling. They've got no evidence to back that up, mate. None whatsoever.
Andy?
Yeah, well, that's what I think they'll try and do. They'll try to hook us in a wee bit, right enough, because, if I was watching my Rangers team, I knew, like, from the outside, there was another team. I would be saying that Rangers are quite dodgy defence-wise, you know what I mean, at times. So that's probably the tactics that they will do, probably try and strike at the right time. It's up to Rangers to make sure that we strike at the right time and put them on the back foot. It's a 50-50 for me, Fox. I've never, even when we drew it out there, I went, I think we could have got an easier tie right enough, but, we can, come on, we can do this, you know what I mean? You just keep worrying, don't you? Aye, we would have been through them, wouldn't we? We wouldn't have been sitting there worrying about it, you know what I mean? We'd be saying, all right, that's it done. But, no, look, they get up for these nights. That's the one, as I said to you before, that's where I think they cheat at times, because we know they can get up for these nights and they're not taking confidence out of the way we played against the German mob there over the 2 games. There's something wrong, isn't there, But, just keep us a result and get the confidence back in there. Then you worry about that if we do get the result, will they go and, not play well on Sunday there right enough. As I say, I think it's a bit of an hindrance to me. I know it might be in the minority and people might shoot me down.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, okay. Right.
just for you two, it would have been funny if we'd have got a bye with it. Imagine another team. It'd be worth it just for a laugh, wouldn't it?
Meltdown over there, wouldn't it?
That would have been some meltdown, wouldn't it? It really would have been good to watch.
Listen, we're playing a top side here. I know your point that maybe there's bigger names, and obviously there's no as big a name as Borussia Dortmund. Maybe Barcelona would claim to that. But there's all much of muchness. These are good sides, mate, and you have to have your A game and you have to have that bit of luck, Albert, to get through.
That's exactly right, man. Put it this way, there's no mugs in the last 16 of any competition usually. So any team in there that can play football, you know what I mean? And we can definitely play on our game. We can beat anybody, absolutely anybody. I have no fear of anybody on our game. So bring it on, as far as I'm concerned. It's and they might not be a big name, but they'll be a good team. There's no doubt about it. They will be a good team.
Their star players, 31, scores a lot of goals from midfield, But then we need to judge that, and stats can mean anything. Andy, you could have scored, I don't know, 3 goals at home is the equivalent of Dundee, and then your stats, we don't know the quality of opposition, but traditionally Serbian, Yugoslavian teams always good sides, mate.
Yeah, they're nice on the eye at times. They're very physical, but they can be nice on the eye at times. When you look back at the old Yugoslavian, there's some good players coming through the years there, right enough. They were always a team that were nice on the eye, but always seemed to, blow away, when it needed to, when they needed to get to where they needed to get to. I think, like you just said there, it's a far better quality UEFA League now than what it has been the last 2 years. I think it's stacked against anybody like Wasell Rangers or anybody of them kind of leagues that we're in now, because all them teams in the Champions League get beat all come down to that, so it's going to be even harder. So you are playing bigger teams. It's good experience for them coming across these teams that we get. We want to be in the Champions League, but at the end of the day, we get through this one. Now, that's into the quarterfinals. Like you say, anything can happen. Like he was saying last night, as Robert said, I asked him if he was on the same vodka as me last night, because I've got to be honest, there ain't no way we're winning the UEFA Cup. I mean, we have to be very, very lucky. I mean, we're not scoring goals, so for someone to turn around and go all the way through the UEFA Cup and win that, we need to win the league.
Were you not alive in 2008?
Aye, but it was better players in 2008. And the current form that they're on gives you no confidence that they would come round and start battering teams.
Is that the same group of players that couldn't beat Partick Thistle in the third round of the Cup at home at Ibrox?
But you see, you're just splitting hairs there, right? At the end of the day, there were better players back in the day than what they are now. I'll tell you what, I put that team up against half of this team I knew that played in 2008, and they'd still get this team a game on its base, you know? But no, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not saying they can, but I mean, come on, we've got to be honest. Where would we suddenly then, right? Okay then, where would we suddenly get this Storm to take us through all the way to the final? If that was to happen, it would be great. Like we said, what would you take last night? Would you take the UEFA Cup, the league? No, it's the league. It's great what's happening in Europe. I want to be dominating Scotland now. I'm not just winning one league in so many years. I'm wanting doubles around it as well. This is just, good for the club, good for the profile across Europe. But at the end of the day, a lot of guys pay their money to see their team. There's no guarantee you're going to win every game. You know that, or you're going to win the league every season.
If you've not got Europe, mate, you need to quadruple the season tickets. Albert?
Well, yeah, I get that.
The finances, hands down, the finances, it's not even a competition, is it? It's just you need Europe for the finance stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're just talking about winning prizes, it is only a cup competition, and the league is the priority. It always is with me as well. But you take what you get, don't you? And I mean, Andy's saying we can. Do they think we can? He don't he's saying he can. He just doesn't think we will. But cup competitions, anything can happen in cup competitions. Anything.
Listen, I think we were 150 to 1 before they put Dortmund to win this competition, and they were 16s now.
Well, that shows how we've come on right enough, and what what people are actually thinking about their team, across the world. And that's great. I want to see. Listen, I'd love to, before I go to this World Series in another European final, and nobody say that cannot happen. But I think with the restrictions and teams falling down, even the UEFA Cup to win that, because all the big guns fall out of the Champions League, isn't it? So it's made hard for clubs and countries of our sizes and that, But I'm not saying it will never happen. I hope it does. And, we've been in 4 of them, so we can't get in the flip,
If we stumble through this round, I'll start dreaming. Albert, I said it the other night.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what football is about. It's to dream and hope and wish and enjoy it when it happens. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't happen that often, but it's what it's about. That's what we watch football for. A lot of times people forget why we watch football. It's entertainment. That's what we're after. And the joy, like the Dortmund game there, Ibrox, that joy and the noise, the atmosphere and everything that goes with it. That's what you're there for. That's what we all pay our money for. But nothing to stop you dreaming. You can dream away. That's the old dream that I'm going to get again for Rangers one day.
You never know, mate. You never know. Because they're still playing the Legends game, so you get maybe a chance than you used to have, you know what I mean?
Well, it may be a Legends game for me, mate. I mean.
Talking about dreaming, a certain Northwest correspondent, who will remain nameless, but he likes his grub, was accosted tonight at a bistro, and he was accosted by Mr. S. Skipper, who forced upon him 6 large strawberry cakes to take into the game.
Strawberry cakes. Oh, it's getting ridiculous now. They're going to turn up with a board of rolls one week. He's going to turn up with a board of rolls, I'm telling you, one day, one of these games.
You would have
and horn you them and go, like, what do I do with a board of rolls? How am I going to get us into the game? Oh, dear.
Morelos, one of the main men in Europe in this sort of last 4 years. He usually scores in Europe, Andy. And he's if he can score a couple tonight, he just gets better and better and better.
Yeah, what's his record stand on now in Europe?
Exactly, just for you. Because it's you. Carry on.
Yeah, I think he could score tonight, right enough. He seems to lift his games for that kind of physicality, right enough. It might be the right game for him tonight, as daft as it sounds, He likes that kind of battle, doesn't he?
No, he loves a battle. The harder, the better.
Mm-hmm. So, all being well, he gets us, we'll get out there and do. I think we'll be okay as having a go tonight. If we're not, then there's something wrong in it after the last round there. So I'm not worried about that side of it. Just I like if he's getting more goals.
He's played 48 games, 7 substitutes, and he's got 28 goals. Yeah?
Yeah, that's a good record.
Unbelievable,
isn't it? Yeah, it's
unbelievable.
Yeah, one-on-one, like you look at him one-on-one, and he couldn't accuse us with a banjo, could he? He scores all these goals that he shouldn't score. It's weird. He's and then you look at him in the league, he's only scored 12 goals. Now, your main striker scoring 12 goals ain't going to win us the league, is it? If you're going on what you say, these stats that we're all talking about. It's strange, but we'll see. Hopefully he gets the goals tonight. And in other players around him as well, to be honest with you.
I don't care who scores. What about you, Albert?
No, I'm not. I don't care at all who scores. Nice to see wee Alfie getting a couple a night. That'd be good for him. 28 goals. I mean, that's something else. It really is something else. But the wee man's capable. You never know with that wee man. Could even score a hat trick a night even. By the way, I'd like to see the last 16 teams in this competition. I would like to look at the squad prices of them, and I bet you we've got the lowest cost for a squad in the 16 teams, and it'll be by a country mile. It'll be low. I mean,
this team and some of the teams would predominantly come from their own countries, usually on the big, But I get your point. We would be in the lower half by a distance anyway. Yeah.
Well, I think we'd be the lowest, mate, to be honest with you. I really do. Because we're well less than, 20 million? 30 million?
A lot of their players are homegrown, mate,
Uh-huh.
Let me just see if I can find the guys who start on where he started his career. But I get your point. We've not spent a lot of money in this team,
Mm-hmm. And we're still competing. So it shows you if you do it right and get your tactics right, and everybody pulls the one way, any team's capable of anything. And because we've definitely punched above our weight, there's no doubt about that.
They've got a couple of Italians in their squad, and an Austrian, a Canadian.
They no go to the obligatory Brazilian.
And I think that's a Portuguese player. Yeah,
that's close enough. Enough.
So they might have spent a few quid, no. But I'd be interested. Looking forward to it. What parts of the crowd go to play for you, Andy?
Oh, massive. If we can create that atmosphere, and it's a two-way thing, isn't it? You'll always get out of yours, but if the players can go on the park and play like they did at Ibrox, because we were robbed out of that game as well, a dodgy decision right enough. So we could get them bouncing and they respond and then get. I keep saying it's about the quick goal. I know it's different. You were talking about Europe, but you always get that quick goal. It gets the crowd going, doesn't it? And get the old lady bouncing like it was there the other night. I mean that shot they did on the upper deck there, right enough. That was fantastic. We want to see more of that, don't we? But the crowd have got to play a big part in it, And it's up to the team. The team come out, get that. Go get that first tackle on up all the time. Put a big one on and let them know that you're playing the Glasgow Rangers.
You've got to move out, mate. The thing about it is the big tackles, and you don't get it right, mate. You can see red or yellow in the first minute. The game's changed. It's not 19. Sorry, I'll say that again. It's not 1875 anymore.
It's really what you're doing. Tackles are good, and especially you get a cruncher in, but it can go pear-shaped quite quick. You know what I mean? So it's if the team start off right, the crowd will be up. They'll be up with it. But if they start off slow and then try to get the crowd up later on, it's difficult. Goals get crowds up. You know what I mean? That's what really gets it going. Goals.
Yeah. I think modern football, Andy, maybe those tackles, it's somebody constantly in your face is the modern day equivalent of a tackle, no giving anybody time. Yeah.
Modern day football's pussy football, isn't it? Let's be honest with you. I used to love a good crunching tackle first 5 minutes. You know what you are. Look somebody in the eye and say, right, let's get it on. Or the Christ, you've blown him now. And The referee.
I used to love a crunch and tackle and all, and as long as I wasn't on the end of it.
Oh, I didn't mind that. You just get up and stiffen them, don't you? You know, it's just well, you used to be able to. You can now, couldn't you? But I loved all that. You played against real men. Excuse me. You played against real men as well back in the day, didn't you? Even at what level you played at, the 9 times out of 10. I mean, when we used to play knock 10 bells and we were in the pub later on and having a drink together with Kikas and all that, and it's about winning, isn't it? Competing. But you can't do that in the modern day football, can you? Let's be honest.
The guys wouldn't be able to keep up with these players, mate. The game's just changed dramatically. The pitches, the boots, the ball. The game's so faster, And when you think the way they pass the ball now, and the ball's changed for the 60s and all that. They could pass the ball, but not the way they can now. The ball get wet. The game's just changed. It's no far away from being a different game,
I remember them balls, Ox, and them ones when you heated it, like you the stitch mark and you heat for a week. I played with them, but there again, all the guys that honed their skills on them kind of balls. And all the football, you look at it now, and it wasn't as fast, but at the time you were looking at it was, and that's how the pace of the world was. And I think, like you say, your John Greggs and your Ron Harrises and all that. That's the reason after them play. They couldn't catch some of the good players, your Frank Worthingtons and all that type Maverick players. So they used to boot the hell out of him, didn't they? That's what it is. But that was real football for me. You know what I mean? But,
You've got to move, Andy. That was 50 years ago. Let's move on. No, I mean, you need to move yourself away from the 16th century.
I'll tell you what, I take my team from 50 years ago, 40 years ago, and watching what I'm watching now, pal. I tell you, it's pussy football. You know what I mean?
One of the biggest changes, Andy. One of the biggest changes is the ball, mate.
Finished third in the league.
What was that?
Say again?
That one he's going on 50 years ago. It finished third in the league.
Stop you giving him ammo, Andy. He's just batting your place, but you. You've got one of the old.
It doesn't make any difference. I'm half a bottle of vodka down. I couldn't care less what it says to me.
At the end of this programme, you're going to look like one of the old hairy tennis boys. You battered about that much.
I've seen his picture, mate. Oh.
I could do with the hairy tennis ball and salt in my napper. It looked like I'd have a hair there, wouldn't it?
Yes, I was going to say, the boys change. I think the modern day boys harder to control now. Because it's that light.
Aye. And also for the goalkeepers, mate, it moves, doesn't it?
I mean, they can swear. Well, the old Brazilians were the 70s, 60s and 70s, when they swerved the ball, it was technique to get that thing to move. Nowadays, you just need to hit it and it'll move. No, I mean, you don't really need to do anything technical to make it move. And you watch the way they shoot now, they shoot for the inside of their foot, whereas the old players shoot with their instep.
Aye, and that's because the boss are like. Anyway, marvellous occasion. How do you see it going? Paul Bear first.
Got a feeling it's going to be 3-1, maybe Rangers.
I take that. Andy?
Yeah, I've gone 3-1. 16-1 I got for that.
It's not great odds, is it? Getting the score right, and the result,
I know, it's ridiculous. That's why you never see a poor bookie in it.
No, I know what you mean. I'd take that, boys. I'd take any victory tonight. Yeah, I think any victory is a decent result. Obviously,
that's it. I mean,
great, but any victory is a decent result, yeah.
Staying in the tie, mate, that's the most important thing, staying in the tie, you know what I mean? So, don't do anything silly, crazy, stupid stuff and throw the tie away in the night, you know what I mean? So stay in the tie and let's see what happens when we get over there. Because they're convinced if they can stay in the tie and they get us over there, they can leather us in their own ground. They're convinced of that. Mm-hmm. I'm not so convinced of that, but they are. I think we're more than capable of beating them tonight. More than capable. I don't know. I've not seen the team. I'm just saying that off the top of my head. But I watched Rangers against Dortmund, and if they put that performance in, there's no any team in this competition is going to live with us.
Yeah. And the old school boy get 91 for 2-1 Rangers. It's not great odds, but it's a bit of interest, bit of fun.
Well, I did a daft 4-2 as well. I got 70 for that.
All right, okay. Who's going to get the goals for us? Any confident Morelos or somebody else going to chip in?
I think Morelos will get one, but Jack's going to do it for me tonight. He's going to get me one.
Well, mate, you'll not make the after show if Jack scores me 1-3-1, mate.
No, well, I'll be looking to make the game at this rate. I'm just looking at this bottle here.
Tut. Right, okay. Build up to the game. Hope everybody enjoys it. We'll be back after the game. You all right, Albert? Well, that's late for you, isn't it? 10 to 11, that's late for you now, isn't it?
Oh, that's late now, mate. Aye. I'll be in my jammies anyway.
Oh, have you still got that big blue onesie?
Oh, aye. Oh. Trouble is, when I get it, I can't go out it.
What a sight that is, Andy.
Oh, I can believe it.
I'm like a giant catapult trying to go out this thing. You want to see me?
You know, but anyway, enjoy the game, boys.
Yeah,
and you too.
All right, good luck to the Rangers. Thanks to Albert, thanks to Andy for joining us, becoming a regular fixture, Andy, on the pre-match show.
Aye, you tend to come on that one.
Aye. You always get a ribbon, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm used to it now, aren't I? Like I say, I usually, I get that vodka in me. It doesn't matter.
Don't worry, I'll buy you a packet of Chrissy to do, yeah?
Aye, you're all right. Okay. I'll get you one as well. I've got to bring a box of Maltesers up for little Davy. Seeing as he's going to be standing outside all night.
I don't know how Davy's not going to get in. He's not got a ticket. But
I know, well.
Story.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? If he's standing outside all night, I'll bring him a big box of Maltesers up.
I don't want you hanging about the door, giving out sweeties. Not me, that was a bad name.
Well, that sounds bad, doesn't it?
Right.
No part did you that, mate.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. Enjoy the game and cheer the Rangers on to a famous victory. Take it away, old school blue.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Successful team in football, we're Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.